Hello and welcome to another edition of Eye on Port, the program that has been dedicated to bring Ghana's port and maritime industry closer to you and you closer to the port and maritime industry of Ghana. It is proudly brought to you by the Meridian Port Services Limited, the Ghana Revenue Authority, Goyle Company Limited, Serene Insurance and Ghana Link. It is powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Our media partner is the Business and Financial Times. Viewers, we've been told that the Ghana Revenue Authority has been taxed by government to raise 80.3 billion Ghana cedis this year. Regarding that, we engage the system administrator at the Tema collection of customs to examine how her outfit would leverage on technology to help the GRA meet this target. Let us hear what she had to say. The Ghana Revenue Authority has been taxed by government to raise revenue of 80.3 billion Ghana cedis for the year 2022. The system administrator at the Tema collection of the Customs Division of the GRA, Esther Amekuji, has expressed confidence that her outfit will help the government attain this mark, leveraging on the integrated customs management system. She said her outfit in the year 2021 exceeded its target by 26.8% and attributed this feat to the reliance on digital technology.
So you had different platforms that one has to utilize or use in just maybe one clearance. But with Icums, it's now seamless. Now, one other thing that we have done too is that the pre-arrival, the pass, is enhanced in Icums in that previously you could do, process your documents, pass your declaration and everything, but then you had to wait for the cargo to come before you be able to pay your duty and then carry on with it. But currently, you could go through all that, and if you are sure that your documentation and everything is correct, you pay your duty, and then you wait for the arrival of the cargo. So once your cargo arrives, then you carry on with the clearance process. We also have the cargo management process. You know, when cargo is reported, currently in Icums, right from even manifest submission to the time it's landed, we have a cargo management process in that whatever happens to any box that is landed is accounted for.
She said the integrated customs management system is even more poised this year to further enhance revenue mobilization, considering the imminent introduction of the phase 2 of Icums.
We have about 17.
17 models?
Yeah.
For phase 2?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Some are ready, they are being tested. Others are at various percentages of completion.
Okay.
So you have the authorized economic operator module.
Okay.
That is more or less what we refer to as a gold card.
Right.
You apply, there are certain requirements that customs expects from you. Once you meet them.
From you as an importer?
It could be for importers or exporters or other economic operators who are not like the terminal operators, logistics, and all that. Okay. So once it's approved, then the benefit you get is that you're giving some privileges. And normally, for you to be made an economic operator, would have to check your level of compliance against other things, financial solvency, then security of you yourself, your operations, and then the goods and things involved. Then we have the e-wallet.
E-wallet, okay.
Yeah, the e-wallet is supposed to be an electronic deposit in the system. And it's supposed to manage refunds. Currently, as we have, because if you pay duty and it has to be refunded to you, I mean, for whatever reason, with the e-wallet, instead of coming for a refund, you still have that option.
Right.
You could still tell customs to credit that money to your electronic account.
Okay.
Then you could use that to pay for subsequent transactions, duty payments. Then we have the performance management model. The performance management model is just to measure how we users conduct our business in the system, both internal and then external. if there's any delay, I should be able to go into the system and be able to determine where that delay is coming from.
Esther Amekuji opined that while the expectation is that the revised benchmark value policy at the port will show up revenue, customs may realize its impact sometime later in the year. Folks, last Thursday in a press conference, the finance minister announced the implementation of a no duty, no exit policy at the MPS Terminal 3 in Tema, among other things. We would listen to a short piece on his press conference, and then we will take the reaction of the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana next. The Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, has revealed a number of measures government will undertake to shore up its domestic revenue as it seeks to transform the economic fortunes of the nation. In a press briefing last Thursday, the finance minister said the enforcement of duty payments at the country's ports is one of such measures.
Government will partner the private sector to also introduce digital systems to monitor quarrying, sand winning, and salt winning to get more revenue from our natural resources, and immediately enforce the no duty, no exit policy at the MPS terminal at the Tema port to improve revenue collection.
Ken Ofori-Atta also made mention of an infamous fuel bunkering cartel. He says government will also enforce the collection of certain revised or innovative taxes this year.
Roll out a simplified tax filing mobile application for all eligible taxpayers by July 2022. We will impress upon Parliament to fast-track the passage of the e-levy bill, tax exemptions bill, and fees and charges bill. Prioritize the Revenue Assurance Compliance and Enforcement Program, the RACE program, to plug revenue leakages, especially at the ports, the infamous fuel bunkering cartels, and small-scale mining exporters cabal.
The minister said the measures government has embarked on will address the immediate and short-term challenges confronting the nation. The Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana is one of the organizations in disapproval of the no duty, no exit policy at the MPS Terminal 3 that the finance minister announced last Thursday. Speaking on Iron Port, the executive secretary of the association, Samson Asaki Awingobit, described the policy as a demonstration of poor technical briefing on port matters.
What we are saying is the minister should be briefed properly. If they brief him, if the technical people advise him and he still refuses, I strongly believe that would we act? Because I see no reason why an importer will pay his duty at MPS, and if it's a reefer container, if be it a car, be it a spare part, be it a renewal, then still let my container go to Golden Jubilee, let my container go to reefer container, or let my container go to CBT and stay for days for me to come there and pay the mortgages and rent before you can take your cargo to your warehouse or to your store. I strongly believe that will not work. No importer will pay this. So if that's going to happen, the MPS structure, there's going to be chaotic. There's going to be overcrowded. Already we know the challenges in clearing in this country.
Samson Asaki cited operational inefficiencies, safety, among other things, as some of the repercussions of such a decision, and called for immediate reversal of the policy.
When MPS was set up, we did not give MPS the policy that they can do intrusive examination or clearing of cargo over there. I'm sure you are aware about that.
Yeah.
All what they can do at MPS is get to site. But to do intrusive examination, as I talk about spare parts, be it spare parts, be it renewal, be it cars, second-hand cars that are breakdown, that have no tires, hanging and stuff. All these cargoes are supposed to go to the Golden Jubilee terminal. And so we cannot. And of course, you know that even if the cars container get to Golden Jubilee, as soon as they open those containers, those cars would then be transferred to the safe-borne car park. That is where you go there to clear your cars. So all these terminals, what is government intend to do? Are you going to render people jobless? Are you going already government? I'm not sure with this policy restriction, with this policy amendment, economic policy, government will give the opportunity to employ more. Of course, you are trying to cut down costs, and so these Ghanaians who have already worked in these various institutions, various organizations, do you want to close it down and keep those employees to go home and do what? We strongly believe that, quite apart from we are looking at the crowd of the port, We are quite apart from that. We are looking at the dangerous cargo cannot stay within our port. We are also looking at to keep safe in those communities, and nobody will be allowed to steal these containers. I strongly believe that the finance ministers will have confidence on the national security in our port. The finance ministers will have confidence in the preventive, the customs department called preventive at our port. Because the last person to leave a consignment to leave the port is the customs preventive. The last person to leave the consignment to leave the port are the national securities. And the national security, as we speak now, are loyal to government. And if government want to sort out revenue for development, why would the national security see a container that has not paid duty and will exit? I don't think that will happen.
He said he will officially engage the minister, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Customs, and other institutions relevant to this particular matter on the way forward. All right, now let us take a few of your comments on the earlier subjects discussed. This one is from Kelvin in Tema. He said, although Icums has made clearance easier, there are certain areas that needs to be improved. I had an experience of having to wait for more than 2 weeks for my re-export declaration to be assessed. I think the transactions that move straight to risk selectivity, for example, ex-warehousing, re-export, among others, must be looked at critically. This one is from forwarder Frimpong Romeo. He said, truth of the matter is that the major indirect taxpayers, who include traders and importers, who are paramount in meeting and even exceeding the revenue target, are hit with unpleasant trade slaps this year. For example, reversal of benchmark discount policy and the cedi depreciation. Icums has a challenging role to play to meet this year's revenue target, and as such, it will be prudent for the owners of the system to holistically work dynamically and strategically hard to be open to transformation, to reduce the time of clearance, to motivate importers, increase the volume of imports. All right, viewers, that was bits on the attainment of the GRA revenue target, as well as the no duty, no exit policy. Continue to stick with us for more updates. Iron Port returns after this break.
Every now and again, Goil makes good things happen. This time, Goil has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. Goil Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. Goil Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. Goil Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with Goil Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. Goil has that sorted. Goil, good energy.
Electricity, pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Impressive factory. If only I had listened to you, I wouldn't have been in this mess. That devastating fire virtually wiped out the whole factory and my warehouse.
Remember my misfortunes last year? Serene Insurance Asset All Risk Fire policy that I took were there to pay for my damaged stocks in the warehouse, and my machines that were affected by the floods have been replaced. My accident vehicle is back on the road thanks to Serene Insurance Motor Policy. Currently, my goods are on the IC, covered with their marine cargo insurance policy. I was just telling Ajima about Serene Insurance. Oh, Ajima, tell him more.
As a road contractor, I make sure I do my contractors all risk insurance for the projects, and then workers' compensation for all the workers on site. With Serene Insurance, they will make sure they will cover your unknown tomorrow today.
Serene Insurance, a new face of insurance. Call us now.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Do you know, effective 9th May 2022, no truck or trailer that has not registered with the port and undergone the port load safety process with a valid RFID tag would be allowed into the port and terminals to carry cargo. To register, pick a form at the monitoring department, Port of Tema, or at the JAP2 Ghana office, or call 059-3866-358 or 059-32-63350 to get started. Registration is renewable yearly, so all trucks already registered are advised to renew now if expired. Register your truck before the 9th of May 2022 to avoid being denied entry at the port gates. Let's all cooperate for a safe and secured environment for our port operations.
Thanks for staying, viewers. Now, a new initiative to probe and find solutions to transparency issues in the fisheries sector has been launched. The following story will tell us more. Take a listen. The lack of transparency, accountability, and good governance has been identified as contributing to fisheries management challenges in Ghana and the wider Gulf of Guinea. Prevailing transparency, accountability, and governance gaps risk pushing ocean ecosystems towards total collapse, with devastating consequences for the marine environment and the many millions of people who depend on it for food and income. It is because of this that the Center for Maritime Law and Security has partnered with Bloomberg Philanthropies and its Vibrant Oceans initiative for a project dubbed Enhancing Transparency in the Fisheries Sector. The program was officially launched via a virtual conference meeting with stakeholders on Wednesday, March 23, 2022. The project, expected to last for 2 years, will span 4 countries, namely Ghana, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, and Senegal.
There's a lot of times you've heard that these meetings have been had over and over the period with stakeholders in the fisheries sector. Now we want to find out what extra can be done to tie these together so that we know who are the gatekeepers, who are the opinion leaders through which important information should be sent through to get to the main users of the resource. All of this is to drive sustainable fisheries. And so this particular project, enhancing transparency in the fisheries sector of these 4 countries, would go a long way to help tie some of these efforts together.
We are starting from stakeholder engagement, from roundtable discussions to surveys and interviews, where we seek stakeholder opinions on issues of transparency, and then we merge everything together.
Secretary of the Ghana Tuna Association, Resta Niama Amafio, made some recommendations that will enhance the fisheries sector.
We need to be able to even align resources to the stocks. In some countries, for instance, in Morocco, they do 3 months, 3 months off, 3 months in, 3 months off, but it is properly planned. And it also looked at the upstream activity, so that when I do 3 months fishing, within the next 3 months, there are proper storage facilities, so I'll be able to market my fish and still remain in business.
Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Mavis Hawakumsing, acknowledged the contribution of civil society organizations in supporting the transformation of Ghana's fisheries sector.
The broad-based approach involving these 4 countries, Ghana, Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, and Senegal, will serve as important baseline information on recent challenges of coastal nations in address fisheries-related concerns. Our government is committed, as always, to lead support to relevant measures to achieve a sustainable fisheries sector.
Now let us turn our lenses to the international scene and have a look at what is transpiring in the global shipping and maritime industry. According to international online news portal, the Maritime Executive, Russian warships have joined in the bombardment of the Ukrainian port city of Mariupol, adding naval firepower to a week-long campaign of indiscriminate shelling and bombing. The Azov Brigade, a far-right Ukrainian unit based in Mariupol, reported Sunday that 4 Russian naval vessels had arrived off the coast and were attacking the city. These assets are to the artillery of Russia's 8th Combined Arms Army, which has been shelling Mariupol since the beginning of the invasion on February 24. In a related development, the Maritime Executive reports that Russian forces have removed and relocated 5 bulkers that were berthed at the captured port of Berdyansk in Ukraine. It said a local resident confirmed to US-funded Radio Svoboda that 5 foreign-flagged vessels left the port on March 15, all laden with Ukrainian grain and accompanied by a Russian tugboat. The seaport has now been put to use supporting the Russian invasion. Russian state media recently released footage of Russian Navy tank landing ships using the port of Berdyansk for military cargo, helping resupply the Russian attack on Mariupol. Russia claims that 10 ships are now involved in ferrying arms and ammunition into the port. Dredging operations are underway to free the evergreen marine container ship Ever Forward, stranded in the Chesapeake Bay for more than a week now. The Maryland Port Administration Executive Director William Doyle said state and federal agencies have issued all permits for the work. World Maritime News reports that Donjon Marine and Cashman Dredging will lead the dredging operations. The massive 1,095-foot container ship ran aground off Pasadena in the Chesapeake Bay after leaving the port of Baltimore on March 13 for her journey to Norfolk, Virginia. The officials have not yet determined what caused the Ever Forward to run aground. The port of Zeebrugge, regarded as Belgium's most important LNG hub, has joined Sea LNG, the multi-sector industry coalition established to demonstrate LNG's benefit as a viable marine fuel. The port of Zeebrugge has pioneered the development of LNG bunkering in Europe with the world's first purpose-built LNG bunkering vessel, the NG Zeebrugge, that commenced operations in June 2017. The partnership is set to highlight the level of collaboration between ports and other key players across the LNG value chain, particularly in the EU. According to CLNG, it is vital to continue to support infrastructure development for LNG and bio-LNG now and ensure this infrastructure is in place for use with renewable synthetic LNG in the future.
Wunim say a different knife May 2022 track and trailer BM register Ghana Port and Harbour Authority ase for port load safety nhyehyɛ nimu na any RFID tag nom entumi report in kofa container ananyema bia so wo pese wo register wo tracker for forms wo monitoring department Port of Tema ana jump to Ghana office wo betuma frɛ 05938663358 ana 05932633350 na register shenon so say you renew registration no afiafe nti tracker register dada no nyina when so one registration register with track and sign on 9th May 2022 waso na wetima to aso aye dwuma wo port yen nyina moa na ye port dwumadie ni CP.
Now it's time for the schedule of vessels that have berthed within the port, those at anchorage and those expected in the coming weeks, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rates, which you may need to know to clear your cargo with. That's all for today's edition of Eye on Port. We hope you've been informed and educated. Remember, you can watch all that transpires here on Eye on Port on our YouTube channel, Eye on Port. Thank you for watching.